So I was pumping the iron the other day. This is not a good exercise. And I stumbled across, someone commenting, do you really believe that Puss in Boots is bad? And I'm here to tell you today that ain't the case. You see, I left the movie theater early, but I came back. I gave it a poor review on initial launch, but your boy GymRat, or of course Jackosity, if you will. I'm not gonna spitball in your face. You know me. I'm just a happy, humble gym guy. So I'm over here thinking, you know what? Let me talk about Puss in Boots 2 a little bit more. Maybe rate it a little bit higher because honestly, I don't want to hurt you guys. I don't want to hurt your feelings. I don't want to misinform you about movie-going things. I'm just here to talk about movies and how they should implement more creatine and whey protein into them. If you get my drift, if you get my drift. So anyway, I'm here watching on Amazon Prime the new Puss in Boots movie. I'm drinking my whey protein and stuff. Maybe doing a little exercises with my arms and hands and fingers. Puss gets ripped, he dies, yada yada yada. We all know what happens in the beginning. Very, very cookie cutter, right? Death shows up and scares the shit out of him. Big whoop. Should've worked out more. Puss, you would've beat him if you had some muscles like me. If you had muscles like me, you would've beat him. So anyway, he starts running away from death. He goes to this old lady's home to go retire. And there's no protein there. No dumbbells. Not a gym in sight. I don't know how he spends the whole day without exercising or hitting the guns, if you know what I mean. So this old lady who's jacked, by the way, this old lady is jacked. She can pick up so many cats. It's hazy. Why am I doing the Donald Trump? What? I'm not a gym rat anymore. I'm just flat out doing Donald Trump impersonation. So anyway, the three bears and Goldilocks come over and they're like, where's Puss? We need him for a heist. Oh, he's dead. But he's not dead. He's actually just being really lazy. He's cutting. See, I see what you were doing now, Puss. You bulked up. Even though we couldn't really see the bulk, you weren't really that fat. But you were cutting. That's what he was doing. He's cutting his weight. So, he's ready for this heist now. He's gonna go steal Jack Horner's map from the three bears are trying to get it too. And then also his ex-Puss, but not Puss, Kitty Softball's there. Real great stuff. Real great stuff. I really like the fight choreography here. Jack Horner's like, oh, you stole my things. And then they're running away and the three bears are chasing after them because they're trying to get the map too. And then like Burrito, oh, by the way, there's this stupid dog or whatever named Burrito. They call him Burrito. He's a little stupid dog or whatever. It doesn't matter. And then they run away and then Puss sees Death and Death is like, I see you. You're over there and I'm over here. Look, I put your coins in my eyeballs. So anyway, after that, they're running around and then they go to this magical forest where the fucking the map is and there's still not an ounce of protein drank at all throughout this movie. I don't know what kind of message you're sending to the kids. Like, are they not supposed to be drinking protein? Protein's like a supplement that's really vital to your growth and muscle growth. Kind of cringe that they didn't implement that. Anyway, so like they're looking at the map. Oh, when Puss touches the map, it turns the whole place into like a shithole. And then when Kitty Softballs does it, turns it into a shithole. But the stupid dog, right? The stupid burrito dog, he's like, oh, I'm so happy. Ooh. It turns it into a nice flower land. So then they go. But also, apparently, the flowers are evil anyway. So it's like, whatever. I guess that it wasn't as good as we thought. Storytelling, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, they go to the flowers. Jack Horner catches up to them. He pulls out Excalibur. Now, Jack Horner, by the way, I forgot to mention this in my other video. Jack Horner is my favorite character of all time, all right? This man is absolutely jacked. This man has been drinking protein and creatine probably every single morning and every single lunch and every single dinner. This man is gigantic. He's able to pick up this giant sword that's weighing at least like 200 pounds, bro. This sword is at least 200 pounds. But not just that. The sword has a boulder on the end of it. So it's basically a giant hammer club thing. And he's just waving it around with one hand at one point, by the way, might I add. His delts, triceps, and biceps are insane. And he's been training for a long time because to be able to do that, to be able to lift and move a sword like that, your tendons would have to be really, really muscular because, well, we all know, still the reason why roids people burst their bubbles and stuff is because, well, their tendons, they're too much, all right? I'm losing my voice. I'm losing my voice. Help me. The Jack Horner shows up and he starts burning down the forest, and then this little Jiminy Cricket guy shows up on his shoulder. He's like, Jack, what are you doing? What are you doing, Jack? And Jack Horner's like, Jack Horner doesn't speak a lick of English in this entire film, by the way. He speaks in mumbles gibberish. I think it has to do with all the steroids and probably trend that he's on because he's so goddamn ripped, baby! So anyway, yada yada yada. Puss runs away from another fight against Jack Horner. He's shooting unicorn horns at him. He's playing with him. He's doing them. Jack Horner probably, you don't even need to ride on these horses, right? He could just probably just leap over the whole battlefield with those massive glutes, right? Crazy, absolute crazy. Jack Horner should have won, honestly. Anyway, I'm fantasizing about him too much.
So Jack Horner shows up, and then Puss in Boots show up, and the three bears show up, and they're all gonna start. Puss is trying to make this wish, right? And then all of a sudden, Death shows up. He's like, hey, oh, serio, I just had a brain aneurysm there. That's like, I'm gonna kill you, Puss in Boots! And then Puss in Boots says, oh yeah, oh, this life is mine. I'm gonna protect it. This one, I value this one. And Death is like, oh, I got Spanish. He speaks Spanish. And then he leaves. And then Jack Horner, Jack Horner, trend cycle 157, because he eats these cupcakes that must have been like trend infinity, right? Because he just grows to massive proportions. I'm talking, this man is benching at least a ton, right? This man is absolutely insane. And he just starts punching everybody, and then he wins, and then he blows up the world, and then we win. And Jack Horner supremacy, ladies and gentlemen. So honestly, this movie was pretty good after I finished it. You know, last time I was in the movie theater, I was like, I was too busy thinking about the gym. You know, sometimes you gotta sit around and, you know, ask yourself, I should really be paying attention and maybe like relaxing a little bit. You know, you don't need to be in the gym 24/7. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? But yeah, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is probably one of my favorite animated films of all time. This was very, the frame rate that they did, you know, they did the little Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse thing where they like slow down the frame rate on fights to make it really cinematic looking and like a comic book, and it fits really well. The art style is fantastic. The characters actually felt like characters. Like, they actually felt like people with like feelings and like had depth to them. It honestly was such a shock that this movie was as good as it was. And I hope Pixar does the same exact thing with Shrek 5 if we're getting Shrek 5, which we probably are, because it was pretty much teased at the end, right? They're spoilers, by the way. It's really not that big. When they're on the ship, like going, Puss in Boots is like, oh, I'm gonna see some old friends or whatever, and it shows like the happily ever after land or whatever the hell it's called. Land far away land? I don't know. I forget what it's called in Shrek. I'm sorry, I'm dumb. But thanks for watching, and like and subscribe for more stupid shit posting movie reviews. I love you guys. All right, goodbye.